triathlete.
Triathletes, you know, they come from many, how do I say this? They come from many different backgrounds and they become triathletes for many different reasons. You know, every athlete has a nightmare about suffering an injury which could possibly end their careers. Their lives, of course, are never the same if they don't have that competition. 3 years ago, Theo Androus from Alexandria, Virginia, suffered a brutally broken leg. He thought his days of being an athlete were over. Instead, he used his injury as motivation, and now he's become an accomplished triathlete. Jill Sorensen takes us to Alexandria for the story of Theo Androus.
This is 31-year-old Theo Androus from Alexandria, Virginia. He's been an athlete all his life. Last November, he finished his first ever Ironman in Panama City, Florida. Years of training, hours on the road got him to this point. And now he wants to conquer the Super Bowl of Ironman, the World Championships in Kona, Hawaii. It's just a dream now, but 3 years ago, these dreams didn't exist. In April of 1999, a soccer injury left Theo thinking he may never compete again. He remembers it as if it happened yesterday.
We were on a fast break. Brian had the ball, and I was just trying to keep up. As we approached the goal, Brian claims he was taking a shot on goal, but it was a lousy shot. It came right to me, and I just one-touched it in the back of the net and scored the game-winning goal. But at the same time, the goalie, who was 6'3", 240 pounds, came at me in a full sprint, and I just never saw him coming.
X-rays of Theo's leg show why he felt so much pain. He shattered the 2 bones beneath his knee into 6 pieces. Doctors put a titanium rod and 4 screws in his leg. He spent 3 months in a wheelchair. He was depressed and needed a reason to recover.
I set myself a goal of running a marathon. I'd never run a marathon before and really had no reason to believe that I could do it. But I remember sitting in my bed and writing it down on an index card, and every day I'd look at that and run the marathon, and a little bit by little bit. You know, it took me 2 months to make it to the stop sign at the end of my street. It took me another month to make it around the block. But day by day, just little bit by little bit, I got stronger and I got better.
In the fall of 2000, Theo had trained hard enough to run the Marine Corps Marathon. It was 26.2 miles of pushing his body to the ultimate limit.
Mile 17 in a marathon is typically where runners hit the wall, the point where their bodies just don't want to go any further. When Theo hit mile 17 here at Haynes Point, he looked around and realized this is where his friends brought him while he was recovering in a wheelchair. He thought about how far he'd come and knew he had to keep going.
When Theo reached the finish line at the Iwo Jima Memorial, he knew he had done it. He had achieved his goal of finishing the Marine Corps Marathon. After all Theo Androus had been through, he finally felt a sense of accomplishment.
It was the first time I'd really allowed myself to feel the emotion of the previous year. I never really, I hadn't cried during the whole thing. I really had, I was fighting so hard to get back. And that stretch of the race, it really signified for me that I made it back, that I had recovered from this.
Theo has a full life. He enjoys spending time with his 2-year-old daughter Audrey, his wife Terry, and son Thanos. He credits his family for helping him through the toughest of times. And now Theo shares those tough times with others, hoping his story somehow makes an impact by showing that the human spirit is unbreakable. He continues his athletic endeavors. His dream of competing in the Hawaii Ironman lives on. And after what he's been through, Theo Androus knows that anything is possible.
Adversity is a far better coach than success. And I've learned a lot more through these challenges than I ever learned before. Because in these challenges, there's opportunity. There's opportunity for growth and to personal reflection.
Theo Androus not only survived the adversity that life threw at him, he's a better person for it. And now he wants to take the ultimate challenge by competing in the Hawaii Ironman. Jill Sorensen, News 4 Sports.
Theo Androus, from tragedy to triathlete.
What an inspiration.
Yeah, a lot of discipline there.
Thanks, George.